And we are recording. So hi everybody and welcome to a new community meeting for the amazing Mozilla support team. Today is Monday, the 11th of January 2016. And I'm happy to see so many people joining us today. So hello and welcome, and let's get started. Vesper, if you don't mind, would you please paste the Etherpads in #IRC and let people know that we are live so that they can they can join us.
On it.
All right, so meanwhile, please make sure to add your name under the participants so that we know who joined us today, and let's get started. So, action items from last week. There was an action items for Michal to start a thread in the forums regarding the new format of the Monday meetings. I think that happened, right, Michal?
Yeah, let me just actually paste the link. I did not, but I'm going to paste the link in there. It's there. Please make sure that you participate in the thread. I already had some people jump in there, which was really cool. So thanks to everybody who voiced their opinion and their ideas and left their feedback there. There's more to come, hopefully, from everybody. So I'm just pasting the link in there right now. And yeah, we hope to make these meetings, maybe change them a bit, maybe change the frequency, the content, whatever. We're discussing this right now, so it's the time to act and voice your thoughts.
All right. Well, thank you. So everybody, please jump into that thread if you're passionate about this topic, and let us know what you need. All right, then another action item was for both myself and Michal to figure out whether to keep using video or change to something else. Well, apparently video is back to working, so I guess for now we will stick to video. Whether we will change to something else or not in the future, we'll see. But again, if anybody has any suggestions or they would really like to change to something else, to let us know. But as long as video is working, I think that we will stick to it. All right. Then let's move on to the next topic, which is SUMO development update. And Kadir, you have the floor.
All right. So this week, one big thing that's coming is the Ask a Question flow. Last week we fixed the last bug that was holding that up. So this week we are going to start diverting part of our user base to using the new Ask a Question flow. And we have metrics in place, so we will see how they fare compared to the current Ask a Question flow. And depending on how that goes, within a week or two, we will be able to make a decision on whether to change things, fix stuff in the AAQ, or to move everybody over to the new one and get rid of the old Ask a Question flow. Hopefully rather sooner than later. But that's the big one, big user-facing piece that's changing this week. So if you see weird stuff in the forums, hopefully not. We've had Rebecca QA this already for quite a while. But if you see weird stuff in the forums, this might be it, and please let me know about that. But since this has been in development for quite some time, and we've had quite some time to QA it, I'm not expecting any major issue with it. And hopefully within a few weeks I can report back about how well the new AAQ is doing. Aside from that, on the roadmap side, work on the KPI dashboard is ongoing. I will have more information about that actually by tomorrow, when we can expect the first KPI to show up on the dashboard, and I'll update you about that next week.
All right, thank you so much, Kadir. Any questions for Kadir? Checking IRC, everything looks fine. Okay, then we can move on. So Mark is a bit late today, so we'll skip his part for now around Firefox Desktop, and we'll move to mobile, Android and iOS. Roland.
Am I? Oh, right. We are finishing up Firefox for Android documents. I didn't get a chance to look at them last week, but I think Joni might have, and Barrage did some fine work. And the world moves on. There is some sort of high crash rate in 44-bit. I don't know if we fixed that. Other than that, it looks to be okay. And thanks again to Barrage for all those updates for updating the thread that I just put in Etherpad. Firefox for iOS. Primarily with features for China, the next release, 1.4. I don't know when it's going to be released, but hopefully Apple will do its thing at some point and we'll release it later on. I don't know. Sometime before the end of the month, hopefully. No promises, as always. And then we're working on 2.0, which is hopefully, again, sometime this quarter after 1.4. I'm going to see the roadmap. We have a public roadmap for both iOS and Android. And if there's anything wrong with these roadmaps or anything that's missing, let us know. Often, it's things move so quickly that we forget the feature is in a release, or we forget that a feature's been shifted out of a release for Android, especially. However, we're going to have that problem with iOS, I think, soon. We have so many features it's going to be hard to track of, just like Android.
All right. Oops.
Buzz.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you, Roland. Any questions about Android or iOS today? No questions. All right. Moving on. Thank you so much for the updates. Knowledge base, Joni.
Yeah. So thanks, Michal, for posting this reminder. I'll actually be out on Thursday and Friday, but we are still moving forward with SUMO KB Day. And the special theme for that day will be updating screenshots in your language. And Lauren is working on a guide on how to make awesome screenshots. So yeah, we'll post that to the forum when it's ready. We are going to finalize that today.
Yes.
Also, as Roland said, thanks Barrage for updating the version 44 articles for Android. I'm not done looking through them, but I'm finalizing that as well as other 44 articles this week. Looks like we don't have a lot for desktop, but I just wanted to do another check to make sure. And yeah, that's it for the knowledge base.
All right, thank you, Joni. Any questions here? No, everybody's awfully quiet today. Okay. All right, then we will move on to Elton and Vesper.
So first of all, I sent out a survey last week to so-called infrequent contributors. Basically, I looked at people who, in the space of the last 12 months, contributed once or twice or 3 times to the KB in different locales. And since I was doing this in using the bulk send feature, I may have sent messages to some of you who are actively contributing to SUMO in other ways. So apologies if you got an email or a message and you kind of figured out, well, wait a minute, you're writing about me not contributing or just having contributed only once or something. What do you mean about that? Like through that, sorry. So that was not my intention. My intention was simply to send it to people who contributed to the KB very infrequently in the last year. Or only once, and just to ask them what was the biggest problem that they had with contributing and so on. So I'm still waiting for more responses because there's already quite a few. I will share the results next week with everybody. And once again, like, apologies if you got the message by mistake and you're just confused. I already wrote back to a few people who were confused about that. So yeah, that's sorted hopefully. And second of all, as I said already, and as I sent out some emails about this already last week, the dashboards have been updated with suggested goals for January. So looking at what is missing in the KB for each locale. If you go to the dashboard, take a look there. Keep localizing. Some of you are doing an awesome job. Some of you are still waking up from the winter slumber, and that's okay as well. Looking forward to more contributions. We have some new contributors coming weekly as well. So I try to guide them to meet, to get in touch with all the locale leaders in particular locales. But if you see anybody lost, feel free to guide them on your own as well. I may just miss somebody, especially if they write in their own language in a subforum, and I don't look at the translated version of this. I may be a bit confused myself. But anyway, that's about it. Other than that, no big updates about anything else. We didn't have any big issues popping up. There are some bugs that community members and our developers are addressing from the backlog, but that's kind of business as usual. So unless there's going to be anything big and particularly revolutionary, which I think Safwan is going to let me know about soon. But that's another under the wraps thing going on. I will not be updating you here about the bugs. So yeah, look for for Bugzilla threads about that, and that's about it. Any questions?
No questions. All right. Everything is cool and smooth on the Elton and Florent. Okay, then I'll move on to Support Forum. I just want to say hello to a few people who have joined us recently and contributed on the forum in different languages. So hello to Tommy55, who's doing a lot of answering on the Hungarian forum, JDC 2010181 on English, Andexi Spanish, Quantas 94 Heavy English, Samuel MS 79 in Brazilian Portuguese, and Jorge Comun Spanish. So if you see any of these people or any other new people around on the forums, please take a minute and say hi to make them feel welcome. They have been doing a lot of very good work on the forums lately. So hi everybody. I don't know if you're watching, but I'll make sure that you will, because this is recorded. So everybody will get a copy in their inbox. And that's it on the forum site. So I'll move on quickly to community. And I think, Michal, you wrote something there.
Yeah, I added just one thing. We got a report together with really cool photos from Abakar from the Ivory Coast. So you may have heard about this in the previous week. The Ivory Coast community organized an event in December, and we got the photos recently and a mini report explaining what happened on the day and so on. So it's really cool. I put in the last weekly update on Friday on the blog. If you haven't seen this, take a look. It's really cool to see people, just being really into Mozilla stuff, so to speak. So yeah, very, very cool event. Hopefully there's going to be more coming from the Ivory Coast community. They seem to be a very nice bunch, and there's loads of them. So we definitely want people interested and involved.
Yay for the Ivory Coast community. Great work there. All right. I think that's it for today. If you're not available anytime this week and you're an admin, please write down the days when you're away so that people know. Otherwise, are there any final questions, concerns, anything on IRC that we should look at? Everybody's happy? Sorry, say that again, Safwan.
Firefox desktop is not covered yet. Mark, you can come?
Yeah, Mark couldn't make it today, but he did write some updates there on the Etherpad, so please check those out. And if you have any questions, we can ping him on IRC or just email him or touch base with him on the phone.
Put in the Firefox stuff.
Say that again, Philip, sorry?
It was me who put in the Firefox.
It was you. Okay, I'm
it
sorry.
was your issues. I was not to think about it. Probably it's only important to forum users. And yeah.
Then do you want to go through them quickly? Because I thought those were Mark's.
Yeah, there's one issue where users are reporting that they can't upload larger files, and it's quite frequent, and I think it's caused by third-party software, just for the people to be aware of that. And in Firefox 44, we see quite a lot of reports of confused users because show passwords button was removed as it looks at the moment. And we've already got 5 questions from beta users, which normally aren't active at all in the forum. So we might have to do some kind of special article or something about it.
Okay, so we might need an article for that. Good to know.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, those are awesome updates. So thank you, Philip.
I don't know
For
if it
being
was
marked
noted
today.
on the. I don't know if it was noted on the Etherpad, but next week Monday is a holiday in the U.S. So I'm not sure how that's going to affect the meeting next week. Probably just the U.S. people won't be here.
Yeah, we'll probably do the meeting anyway, but a lot of people will be away, so we'll keep that in mind.
What is it, President's Day?
Martin
Martin Luther King Day, I think.
Oh, MLK, I'm sorry. I have no idea, so many days.
Fine.
All right.
Lena,
Yes.
did you write about the Firefox?
Excuse me?
Firefox OS? What you have to write about Firefox OS? I cannot understand. Transition period about the Firefox OS.
Oh, I think Roland wrote that. So for now, there's a transition period for Firefox OS, so we're not going to have any updates on it until we figure out what's going to happen there. Was it you, Roland, or Johnny?
I think
May have been me as well, sorry. No, it's just the idea, so Safwan, the idea here is simply because Firefox OS is becoming a part of connected devices in a way, and there's a lot of unknowns about the way things are going to go yet because the team is reworking itself as we speak. We don't have any updates from the support side, and the moment we know something, the moment there's blog posts about stuff happening in that area, we will definitely resume updating people in the community about things, but for now we just don't know much, so that's it.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna do one last check on IRC, see if there's any questions. No. Okay. Well, I think that's it for today. So thank you so much for everybody who joined us. And yeah, have a great week. Have a great evening. Have a great morning for depending on your time zone. See you online on IRC and on the forums. And yeah, talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Bye.